I've been feeling stuck. Just looking at some of my recent design work, and you've seen it in these 30-minute sports poster designs I've been doing over the past couple months, I keep gravitating towards the same type of 2 or 3 player cutout stack in the middle of the design, a few complementary text elements on a mostly blank background. And while they turn out okay, it's not exactly pushing me forward as a designer at all. I know part of that is me setting the constraint of needing to design a poster in 30 minutes, so I go to where my comfort zone is, but I think that's the problem I'm having, is just the idea of having a comfort zone when it comes to sports design feels very limiting in the types of designs that I'm able to put out and how I can push myself creatively. So I need to change. I am feeling restless and I'm ready to do something about it. There's obviously a whole world of other design styles out there outside of sports, and I want to commit to exploring those styles and seeing where I can take sports design through other sources of inspiration. And if you're in a similar situation to me, I invite you to join me. So the first way we're going to go about doing this is by exposing ourselves to new inspiration. I got this book recently called the Graphic Design Ideas Book. It's got 50 different design concepts in there, and if I happen to get through that book, just skimming through, there are always so many more graphic design books that you can check out from the library. I myself have gone through, I've gotten graphic design textbooks, I've gotten books that just feature different poster designs, modern poster designs, graffiti art, you name it. There are so many different graphic styles out there. I feel like each one might have its own book. So if you're looking for inspiration, library and books are always a good place to start. I was also just browsing online the other day and I put together a pretty massive list of different graphic design poster styles, things like brutalism, modernism, retro futuristic posters. And the plan is to try some of these out during this exploration. The second way we're going to go about exploring some of these other non-traditional sports styles is by creating some kind of challenge for ourselves. Committing to a challenge is going to force us into a routine. In 2023, for example, I committed to posting 1 new design per week to Instagram for an entire year. And that was also a challenge that allowed me to explore different styles, since I didn't want to be posting the same stuff over and over again. And that brings me to the last step in this process, which is finding a way to hold ourselves accountable. And for me, that means posting publicly and documenting my progress. So with that, I'm going to attempt to post a new design every day for the next 30 days. And I'm going to post them to YouTube Shorts. Now, I'm not going to guarantee every single day is going to be a drastically new style of graphic, but I am going to push myself to make graphics that I haven't made before. I might even step outside of the sports world at times just to feel what it's like creating a different poster with a new theme, a new subject. If that's what it takes to dive into a certain style, then I'm all for it. And the goal of this challenge and posting is just to kind of let it go where it needs to. You know, I don't have a set plan of like 30 different days, 30 different styles. I want to have some freedom and flexibility in this challenge, but at the same time, I need something to hold myself accountable. And I know that if I post publicly and make a video like I am now, telling you all that I'm going to post publicly, I'm gonna follow through and do it. And on the topic of posting publicly, I have finally started a Patreon. I know a lot of you have asked me about this and are wanting me to share PSD files. For the record, I've been hesitant to share Photoshop files just because if I do provide those with the exact same assets to follow along through a step-by-step tutorial, I worry people just aren't gonna retain the information. They're just gonna be kind of blindly copying the steps without understanding them. But all that being said, I do see the value in sharing Photoshop files of already finished designs so you can see what it looks like, how I group my layers, and just all the different assets and effects that go into making a finished design. So I'm going to be posting some of these new designs to Patreon, maybe some old stuff too. I'm also going to be generally documenting this process on Patreon, so I'll be posting occasional updates, where my head's at, if I find any new styles that I'm like, this is the future of sports design, I'm going to be sure to share it there. I might try posting some inspiration there as well. Hopefully that can be a good resource. And if you go to my Patreon, you'll see a whole list of perks for members. If you have other ideas for perks or other things you're looking for from a Patreon membership, just let me know. Instagram DMs are always open. I'm totally new to Patreon, so let me know what you're looking for and I might end up tweaking some packages. And again, if you're a sports designer watching this video, please join me on this journey. I don't want to do it alone, but I am ready to. I think we'll have a great time in shifting our mentality to pushing boundaries rather than fitting in what it means to be a sports designer. Let's break some rules, no bad ideas, and we'll see where we end up. Thank you in advance for your support, and I'm excited to push forward with you all creatively.